Hiya! Today's video is all about my opinion about the Inkey List. So welcome to Selfcare Karen. This is my channel all about my beauty addiction, trying out lovely beauty products, particularly for the face. And also on my channel I do a series of guided meditations. It's really all about experiencing joy. So those are two things that bring a lot of joy in my life: meditating and also this obsession that I have with beauty products. So if that's something that interests you, then please hit subscribe. And also you can follow me on Instagram, and I also have an Etsy shop where I sell products that relate to self-care. So I have kind of two ranges at the moment. One is a series of curated skincare packages. So you let me know what your skin type is, your skin concern, and I will then suggest a range of products for you to use. That series, that range of packages really has been born from the years that I've been actually doing that for friends, where they've come to me and they've said, Karen, this is going on with my skin. Is there anything that you can advise? And I love doing that. So I thought I would bring that to the world through an Etsy shop. And then I've also introduced a range of self-care tools. So they're digital downloads that you can use just to sort of plan your self-care activities, be that on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. So it'd be great if you would take a look at my Etsy shop, which is called Selfcare Karen. And also, just to say, as an introductory offer, there are details of a coupon for my Etsy shop just down below in the details. So you'll get some money off if you use that coupon when you visit my shop and make a purchase. Okay, so let's get going. Rightio, so today's video is all about the Inkey List. So I think I became familiar with this range of products either at the beginning of 2020 or towards the end of 2019. I can never really remember when things happened, but I became aware of it. It felt a lot like The Ordinary. So I don't know if you tried The Ordinary products, but they're very inexpensive. So they're very accessible and very much ingredient or active ingredient led, which is kind of a new slant, I reckon, on skincare, particularly at that price point. And the Inkey List is very similar. So they are inexpensive products. They are very much about what the active ingredient is in the product. And maybe The Ordinary and the Inkey List might be a bit daunting if you're sort of in that first foray, that first adventure with skincare, but really they're not. I find them very easy to use and very accessible. So anyway, I have been trying out over the last year, I would say, maybe a little bit less, a series of different Inkey List products, and I really went to town a few weeks ago when I got a load more serums. So I'm going to be talking through the products that I've tried and and what I think about them. Just to say though that of course, I've bought products that for my skin type and my skincare concerns. So what I've noticed with the Inkey List is that they have a very, very wide range. So for example, if you're dealing with very dry skin, or you're dealing with blemishes or acne, oily skin, there is something there for you. And they have different kind of treatments. They also have, and I'd really like to try this at some point, a hair care range. And there's even a product there that is supposed to reduce grays, but the reviews I've read on it have been a bit mixed. So I haven't gone into that yet. And but anyway, it's very science led. There's they say there's evidence and stuff like that, but anyway, I haven't gone into the hair care bit yet, but I'm sure that I will at some stage. Actually, if that's something that would interest you, let me know in the comments below, because if I see that, it's a topic that would interest people, then of course I will do my research. I will do my bit for society. I will test the skincare and the beauty products on myself. Okay. Anyway, so back to the Inkey List. So I've been trying a series of products. So I'm just going to walk you through those that I have tried and let you know what I think about them. As I said, the price point is really good. You know, sort of around between like the £6 to £12 range for each product. Some are a bit more expensive and some are a little bit cheaper than that, but that's roughly where they are. And I bought my products from Boots, but I know that you can also buy them from I'm talking about in the UK. You can also buy them from Cult Beauty. In fact, that's where the hair care range is, which I've not gone into yet. As you may know, I've mentioned this in other videos, I try and keep down to a smaller range of retailers that I use, just so that I can benefit more from the reward schemes. But you know, sometimes I have to break that rule, if you like, because you know, products are only available in certain places, and the entire Inkey List, I can't speak, the entire Inkey List range is not available at Boots. So yeah, so if there's something very specific, then I'm sure that I will go to another stockist. When you're looking to buy skincare, like with anything, it really does pay to look around, because the prices can differ quite considerably from retailer to retailer. And you know, they have sales on and what have you. So yeah, definitely always look around. But the products that I'm going to go through today, I got from Boots. Fabulous. So I thought I'd go through the products sort of in the order that I would use them normally. And of course I wouldn't use all of them in one day. But yeah, let me talk you through that. So the first one is a cleanser. Okay, so that's kind of always the first step in a skincare routine, right? And the cleanser I got was the salicylic acid cleanser. And you know, it says on here that it helps reduce blackheads and breakouts. Blackheads, I have to say, bane of my life. I get a lot of blackheads around here and on the chin and up here as well. And God knows, you know, I thought with age, right, I'm 40, I'm either 46, 47, I never remember, but anyway, with age, and that, a sign of old age, my memory's going, but it's always been bad, actually, to be honest with you. But I thought that I would kind of grow out of having blackheads, but no, they're still there. And so yeah, I try and use a salicylic acid cleanser in some shape or form in my routine, because it does help keep them at bay. It doesn't completely banish them, but I definitely see an improvement. And salicylic acid is a mild exfoliant. And I guess my first real experience of it was when I started using the L'Oreal Age Perfect cleanser, which has got salicylic acid in it as the active ingredient. And I have to say, I actually prefer that to this. This you have to apply to damp skin, and it's a see-through gel, you know, so it kind of feels a bit weird to put it on makeup. And I always find that an oil or a balm or a cream is better than a gel or makeup, but maybe that's just a belief that I need to change my thoughts on, right? But yeah, this is very mild. So what I would say with this is I definitely think this is a great introduction to salicylic acid. And by the way, if you're trying to conceive or if you're pregnant, you should stay away from salicylic acid. It's not recommended in that kind of time. But I think this would be great as a first foray, if you like, into salicylic acid. So I'm not dissing it completely, but I prefer the L'Oreal Age Perfect, and I'll stick a photo up somewhere around here, maybe here, of L'Oreal Age Perfect, so you know which cleanser I'm talking about. And it says Age Perfect. It sounds like it's for old people, but yeah. Okay, we won't talk about age. Right, okay, so that was the salicylic acid cleanser. Then I've got 3 different serums here, so let me go through them. And again, I wouldn't use them all at the same time, like one after another, but let's start with the lactic acid. Now, I really am a fan of lactic acid. It says it helps gently exfoliate the skin. I do like lactic acid, and I guess I've been using it for years, not really realizing that I was using it, because from like my teenage years, I think it comes from reading Asterix in Cleopatra, where, you know, Cleopatra was like bathing in milk, right? And I thought, oh, that sounds interesting. So I had a milk bath. I started having milk baths. So that's just by putting some powdered milk into a bath. into the running water of a bath, and your skin is so smooth after. It's really lovely. It's lovely for the skin. So yeah, lactic acid, fantastic. And it's only really in recent years that it's been widely available in skincare products. This is the second lactic acid serum that I have used. The first one was from the Superdrug Me Plus range, and I have to say that I think I prefer that one to this one because it felt kind of stronger. So I use this as a serum after I've cleansed, like every few days, not every day, and not morning and evening. It'll either be one or the other. Although it is very gentle. But I find that like if I get a spot coming, I feel like a spot's coming. Like last night I had one here. I knew it was coming. You know how you can kind of feel on your skin, or at least I can anyway. I would, with the Me Plus one, I sort of dab a little bit on it, and it immediately know that the spot was being taken care of. I don't have the same sense with this one. So this one feels really nourishing. So it's very mild. Yeah, and again, I would say this is a great introduction to lactic acid, very mild, and yeah, and a good product, but I think I prefer the Superdrug Me Plus one. Okay, another serum that I've tried is a real favorite for me, niacinamide. And this one helps control excess oil. So this is a really good active ingredient for, again, sort of reducing congestion in your pores, and regulating the sebum levels that you have on your skin. And I use this again sort of every other day. I really like this one. This is probably the best niacinamide that I've used, and the reason why, and I doesn't actually say it on here, but I think it's on the box, because I looked at it because I was really struck by how well it was performing on my skin. This has got hyaluronic acid in it, so it's a mixture of niacinamide, which is vitamin B, vitamin B, one of the, you know, there's a complex of vitamin B's, and it's kind of one of them. I can never remember. It might be B5. I can never remember the number. You know, memory, age, blah blah blah. Yeah. Right. Anyway, so this feels much more comforting than other niacinamides that I've used, and as I said, I looked at the box, and I think that's why. Yeah, so really impressed by this niacinamide, and I'll definitely repurchase. Okay, and then the hyaluronic acid. Again, this is like been on trend. Well, it's probably not even on trend anymore, right? But it got a lot of good press a few years ago. It's in lots and lots. It's an ingredient in lots of products now. And again, I do like this one. Sometimes, you know, the consistency of the hyaluronic acid can be a bit too bouncy. But this one, let me just remind myself. But this one, it's fairly liquid, so it's not too glunky. But it definitely feels, I've just applied it here, it definitely feels very nourishing. So yeah, I really like the hyaluronic acid, and you know, the price point is fantastic, so really a good product there. So yeah, overall, you know, pretty impressed by the serums. Right, let's move on to eye cream. So I've tried 2 eye creams from the Inkey List. One I don't have the package of anymore, I'm afraid, and that was the caffeine eye cream. And I was really excited to use it because during my trying to conceive time and my pregnancy, I stayed away from any beauty products with caffeine in them, because obviously caffeine is something that you're supposed to avoid. And I thought, you know what, I still need to have my cups of tea. So yeah, I'm just gonna cut out it in beauty products. So I tried the caffeine eye cream last year, and it wasn't memorable. Okay, in fact, I'd completely forgotten that I'd used it until I was going through, I used to do photos every day on Instagram of what my skincare routine was that day. And yeah, and it was there, and I thought, oh gosh, I've completely forgot that I used that. So not memorable, but you know, I don't think it did any harm either. And I am a great believer in using eye cream, because I think it reminds you that you need to nourish that part of your face, and normal moisturizers typically are just a bit too, the consistency is not quite right. So yeah, not memorable, but I wouldn't say an epic fail or anything like that. So yeah, that was the caffeine one. The one that I'm using at the moment, and it's nearly finished, so I have to think about if I'm going to replace it, is a retinol eye cream. And again, retinol is an ingredient that is, well, this says helps reduce visible signs of aging around the eyes. Retinol is a kind of an ingredient that is for the long haul. So it's unlikely that you're going to see results immediately from using it. So again, I would say my wrinkles, and I've definitely got a lot happening around my eyes, but I have to say, I think for my age, pretty good, right? It might be because I'm a bit, you know, need to lose a bit of weight, but so it's pushing out the wrinkles. But, you know, it could be worse, right? I don't have big lines on my forehead or anything like that. Yeah, so this is for the long haul, so it's very difficult for me to say, oh yeah, this really works, but I do enjoy using this. And I use it on an evening, so I use it nighttime. So a couple of things to say about retinol: definitely do not use if you're trying to conceive or if you are pregnant. And secondly, it makes your skin more sensitive to the sun. So I try and use my retinol products on an evening rather than in the morning. And if I was to use them in the morning, I would then definitely put a sunscreen on, even though you should be anyway, right? So yeah, I definitely repurchase this. I think for what it is, the price point is fantastic. So yeah, really pleased with this. But yeah, I can't tell you, oh yeah, it's definitely, you know, reduced the signs of aging on my skin. And then my final product from the Inkey List, and I have really enjoyed using this, and it's coming to an end, but I've got another one in my stash, so that's all right, is the Retinol serum. Okay, so this is like the eye cream, but for the, you know, for the face, and it's different, right? Because this is more of it really is more of a serum cream, I would say. And you do feel it. So the thing about retinol is you can get different percentages, like you can with all of these active ingredients. They can be stronger or weaker. This is a light one, and it's actually it's a good way to start using retinol, because you can be very sensitive to it at the start. So yeah, I sometimes get a little bit of a sensitivity from using this, even though this is a light one. And I don't use this every day. I'll use this sort of every other day, and then I will put my night cream on top. So I'll do my cleansing, any serum that I want, and then this serum, and then I'll put my night cream on top. But yeah, I really like this, and I think I'm going to continue using it, because again, with retinol, it's hard to tell, right? Because it is for the long haul. But yeah, I think I'm just going to stay with it because I enjoy using it, and it's not expensive. So yeah, yay for the retinol serum. So that's it. That's my experience of the Inkey List. I am going to continue trying products from them. There is a spot treatment and a blemish treatment that the blemish one I probably won't try because I only get occasional spots, but the spot treatment, so you just apply it to the actual spot, I definitely want to try out. But yeah, my experiences have been very favourable, definitely for the price point. Also, I know you shouldn't really take this into consideration, but I really like the monochrome packaging. I think it's really smart and snazzy. Yeah, so definitely something that I will keep in my repertoire and my rotation of skincare products. So let me know, have you tried the Inkey List? Do you have any favourites there, or any like holy grail products or epic fails? Let me know. It'd be great to hear from you. Just put your comments down below. And thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, you are in perfect time. See you soon.